Good afternoon. It is 3:30. Welcome. Let me know if you are here. It is Monday, August 28th, and it's 3:30. It's been kind of a crazy day. I say that every Monday. And I'm always trying to make sure I press the right buttons, and I'm always going to preview by saying if things go a little bit wonky, I will still continue to record. Hello, Holly, welcome. Can you believe it is the last week of August? Next week, this time, it will be Labor Day. And I do plan on doing a live next Monday, at least at this point. Sometimes I never know. I do have guests in my house this week, so I don't know if we'll hear any noises from upstairs or not. So I'll apologize in advance for that. So I did have an opportunity to send a preview of what I was going to do today and show you some of the things I think that showed up on that picture. I wasn't exactly sure if that's the way it was going to work. So anyway, so for many people, kind of summer is almost over, but as I said last week, we've got until the middle of September in my world until real summer is gone and fall begins. So, hello, Gloria. Hello, Rose. Welcome. All right, I'm going to flip you down to my desktop here, if I can get the right button to push. There we go. All right. There we go. And you can see I have in front of me the mini catalog. And this will go live shortly after Labor Day on September 6th. If you still need one, please let me know. I would be glad to pop one in the mail to you if you didn't get one because you have placed an order with me. So if you saw the picture, as you know, I cannot open the catalog, but I can show things that are in it. So I'll move that out of the way. And I have just fallen in love with this 6x6 designer paper. So I decided to use that today. And it is just so cheerful and lovely. And it's also got some things in it that could be used for the holidays. So these are the floral images that you see on the front. And let's get back here. Here's one that has a poinsettia. And then we get back here with the more fallish colors. So let's see what's on the other side. And those are all polka dots and stripes. More stripes and polka dots and stripes. The name of this paper is Garden Walk 6x6 Designer Series paper. And here are the colors that are in it. And you probably wouldn't think that they all go together, but they do. So I'm just loving the paper. I actually just opened it this morning when I was playing around with this fun fold that I want to show you. But we have Poppy Parade, Calypso Coral, Garden Green, Mossy Meadow, Pretty Peacock, and one of the new in colors, Wild Wheat, that I'm really beginning to like how it connects and compares with many of the other colors that we have. I think sometimes we just need to step away from what we think we like and let the color combinations that Stampin' Up! Gives us work for us. And let the paper work for us. All right. So with that saying, I hope you had a great weekend. We have definitely cooled off here in Northeast Ohio after some nasty storms Friday night. I hope they didn't bother you at all. So I am also going to use a new set that I just opened today called Christmas Classics. And I'm going to use that with that one paper that has the poinsettia in it. And this is a classic set with the sentiments that are in here. I think I said a couple weeks ago, I'm not really ready for Christmas, but I guess it's coming whether we like it approaching or not. And this I've used several times, the So Sincere. This is one of our $1 Million Achiever stamp sets, and it's got so many wonderful sentiments in it. So I'm going to use one with this and then another one with the Christmas one. They're both the same design. It is a super easy fun fold, and I saw this from a gal by the name of Julie Salva, so I will give her credit for it. I don't know where she got it, if she made it up. It's super, super, super simple. Let me zoom out just a little bit. I think I can. I always have trouble with getting my zoom. Okay, I think it's going to stay where it is. All right. Let's do this one first. And if you have a piece of paper, you can write down these measurements, but I will put them in the description when I'm finished with this. I didn't do it ahead of time. All right, so first of all, got an envelope, and I chose this paper. This one. And what's really nice about this fun fold is you get to see both sides of the paper. That's why I like it so much. So not only is it easy, it's also pretty amazing. So I have two pieces here. This one, and then I'm using this one with these polka dots. This one, as you can see, has a lot of definition with the Calypso Coral. So that's the color that I brought out for the card base. Now, you see other colors in here. I guess that would be the Pretty Peacock. This could be the Mossy Meadow. Even though it doesn't say there is the pink in there, that's kind of the background. But I'm pretty much going with the colors that I showed you of Poppy Parade, Coral, Garden Green, Mossy Meadow, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. So let's take care of the envelope first. And I think I will put the polka dot on here. And let's see, let's use some liquid glue. So who has plans coming up for Labor Day? Anything exciting? Okay, so there we've got that. And this was what was left over after I cut one of the pieces for the project. So this was just perfect. And this ends up being, I believe, just a little bit less than 2 1/4. It's like 2 1/8. So that's perfect. And there's just a tinge up here. 2 1/4 typically works, but this is what was left over. So I've got 2 1/8 by 6. And we'll take some paper snips and cut that off. That way I don't forget to decorate the envelope. Now the second card that I'm going to show you will have a full card base, and that's the one that's going to be the Christmas card. So if you wanted to add more of a sentiment on the inside, or even put a gift card or something inside the card, you could. This first one is only going to have a little card. All right, so there we have our matching envelope. Now I have a piece of 1/4 piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 4.25. I have a piece of designer series paper that I chose for this with the Calypso coral base, and it is 5 3/4 by 4. So let me double check that because I it's on the right side here. Yeah, 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. I said 4. I looked in the wrong place. 5 3/4 by 4, and it is scored at 1 3/4. So 5 3/4 by 5 1/4, so that will fit on the card base that is 5.5 by 4 1/4. Then when I score that at 1 3/4, that's going to be a fold over. So this allows us to see both sides of the designer paper. Perfect. So let's get some glue on the back of that. We always hate covering up the reverse side of our paper, but it happens. We have to use it. So have you done anything creative lately? I need to creatively clean up my craft area down here. Sometimes it just kind of paralyzes me, and I come down to create and I think, oh, there's so much stuff that I can put away. All right, so there is our card base. Now this part doesn't open. No opening here, where the second one that I do will. Okay, now I have a piece of cardstock, also Calypso coral, and this is, just double checking my measurements, 5.5 by 4. And then this is basically going to get folded in half, so it's going to get scored at 2 3/4. So we're creating a little card inside, but it's going to go this way. It's going to open from left to right, and that's going to go in here and fold that way. So it's just a little bit different than the norm. So that will open that way. This will open this way. I have a piece of basic white that's going to go inside for the sentiment, or for what you want to write. I'm going to put the sentiment on the outside, but this will go on the inside. And then this piece is going to go right here. Again, it coordinates. There's our little dots of Calypso coral. It opens, and that is it until I decorate it. So let's put this inside. Add some good adhesive here. Let me go ahead and quickly give this a nice crease with the bone folder too. So make sure that it's kind of centered there and opening the opposite way of what you normally think. Okay, so I'm going to slip that in here before I actually lay it down with the glue to know that I want how much space I want over here. Okay, that looks pretty straight. And there's some wiggle room if needed. Okay, inside, let's put a piece of basic white. Did I measure this one for you? 2.5 by 3 7/8. Okay, now what is left is this piece that coordinates that goes on the front. So this would be a pretty easy card to mass produce once you get all of your cuts done. And then you can just sit and put these together. Whether using this paper or other designer paper for, let's say, a Christmas card. Because just that one design in here is what I would call Christmas, this one. This one, not so much. This one has a lot of the garden green, which that one is probably my least favorite, I would say. Although I do like the back of it. So I might have to use that for something else. All right, now, let's see, I have in here a 1 3/8 inch circle punch. And the circle punch can be found on the online exclusives, as most of the circle punches as they have returned are. So that's online. But of course, you don't have to go online to order things. You can tell me what you want and I can order it for you. So I have Hope Your Day is a Happy Day, and that's the one that comes from So Sincere. I love this just because it could be any kind of day, whether it's a birthday, just to lift somebody's spirits, thinking of you, just hope your day is a happy one. So let's put that here. And I took a piece of the In Color Wild Wheat ribbon, cut a little piece off of that, and if you pull just the right string out of here, you can get this nice little fringe. So I'm going to take that and see it's still wanting to fringe, so I better cut that off. It is an easy fold rose, and it's a great color. Calypso Coral has always been one of my favorite colors anyway, and I gravitate toward that for so many different things. Okay, just trim a little bit of that fringe off of there. And let's put, so you wouldn't think that the wild wheat goes with this, and without this little bit of wild wheat on this flower here, you probably wouldn't think to put those two together, but they do go very well. So let's put that on there. For some reason, I couldn't get the other end to fringe. Let's see if I can do it while I'm on camera. I did find that if you cut it straight across, it works better. But this end just didn't want to cooperate. There we go. Okay, I think you get the idea of how to fringe this ribbon. Just find one of the strings and it will go. See there, it's kind of clumping up a little bit. So it's finding the right string that makes the key there. So I don't like that now. Oh dear. Yeah, that part isn't cooperating. So I'm going to cut that off. We'll figure it out. But it did fringe very nicely down here. All right, so let's put that behind there. And maybe angle this a little bit better so it will look. Yeah, that's better. And let's add a dimensional there. Let's see, let's get back on camera. There we go. And we're down to using little edges of the dimensionals. All right. Okay, I'm still dealing with some eye issues. So hopefully that will get taken care of this week when I go back to see the surgeon. So reality is I probably will have to wear the readers, which I'm still getting used to. All right. Now I stamped this already, hope your day is a happy day, or happy one, in Pretty Peacock, because that's also one of the colors in here. And it needs a little bit more bling than that. So I have pulled out the 2325 in color dots. They're not just gems, they're dots. And use the wild wheat and those come in 3 different sizes. So I'll use one of each. Let's go down here. And then that accents the whole card with the ribbon and also pulls out the color that's along here. So there we go. And then you can write your short sentiment inside. We've got an envelope already decorated. And it's good to go. And I think that envelope flap is needing some more glue. A little bit more there. Okay, and I know that's going to ooze right out, so let me see what I can do with that. Get my silicone pad here. There we go. It's not alive unless I have sticky fingers. All right, so there's that card. So now let's make the other one. It's equally as quick. It's the same thing except one minor change, that you have more room for writing or adding something as a Christmas card. And I love these colors. You're going to love this too. Okay, on this one, got more of the wild wheat. And this is the designer paper that I chose to use. This is the one for the envelope. So again, we'll do that first. And on this one, I'm going to put these flowers on the outside. And I'll be a little bit more careful to get the glue where it's supposed to go at the edge. Because I don't know how the post office treats envelopes that have something like this on there, but I don't know if it would go through and have a problem with the canceling machine or not. Let's see, let's get that little notice out of the way. But as I said, Wild Wheat was one of the colors that I didn't think I would like as much as I do. But again, it makes a difference with what you pair it with. And Stampin' Up! Does all of that work for us, and the paper does the work. Okay, again, that was 2 1/8 by 6. So very little waste on that part right there. Okay, that's very, very rich. And look how the Poppy Parade goes so well with the Calypso Coral in there when it pulls out the rest of that color. Now the difference here is I have a full card base instead of just the backing. So this is the 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. So you could put a little panel in here to add a gift card, or a little panel that you could put in there to add some money. So let's go ahead and put this on the inside. And this is Pretty Peacock. That was one of the returning colors that we had a while back, and then they brought it back to be part of our core colors. Okay, and I may come back in and decorate that a little bit. All right, once again, we have the piece of designer paper that allows you to see both sides. And this one really strong on the Pretty Peacock. There we have Poppy Parade. You've got all those other colors in there. And I really like the pop of white that comes up there. And this was the piece that was 5 3/4 by 5 1/4, scored at 1 3/4. And then with all these cuts on here, there was enough left over to make a couple of other little cards, maybe even a note card, a thank you card. I'll try to get that made up and put on the Facebook group. Okay, here we have this piece that's going to go inside again. So you could write, a small sentiment here on the inside. You can do so many things. Now, if you want to conserve paper, just make your card exactly the same way I did the first one and just use that card base. So going to go on this side. Although if you got it on the other side, you just flip it over. No biggie. Okay, so that's going to go like that. And then this paper is going to go on the front, which I think is just really striking with that wild wheat again. So let's get some adhesive on the back of this. Okay, with the liquid glue, I've got some wiggle room there. And I think that's pretty straight. And I probably never would have thought to put those two colors together, but they look really nice. Just need to get the glue to cooperate. Now on this one, instead of a circle, I have a small rectangle from the Deckled Rectangles dies. And I believe that Deck the Halls will fit there. Now this is a photopolymer. So let's pull this out, and I'm going to lay that down on here, and yes, that will fit. So I've got Pretty Peacock. Wait, I'm going to change my mind here. Let's do Poppy Parade for the sentiment. Let's see, make sure I've got a good image, and it's always a good idea to have a piercing mat or something foam to go under your photopolymer stamps. Let's try Deck the Halls kind of toward the top. Let's get back in. There we go. And then let's pull this out. Grab another block. And use Pretty Peacock to add some greenery along there. That really brings that out a little bit. Okay. Hello, Lala's Crafts. Phyllis, welcome. And you're from Maryland. Awesome, thank you. Is this your first time visiting? Oh, I love those two colors together. That is Poppy Parade and Pretty Peacock. Wonderful. And I'm going to put some of that greenery on the inside here. Let's see, let's do that. And also on the inside here, since this is a full card. Ooh, I like that. That looks like something I could make better. Well, welcome. Thank you so much. You found me. Okay. Let's put those away. Add this to the front, and I think I will use dimensionals also as well to add that on the front. Or a strip of dimensionals. Oops, there's one full dimensional left there. And a strip here. In my world, you can never have too many dimensionals. And I always use all this little stuff that's left over from the edge. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Put that back on there. All right. I was going to add some ribbon along the side of here, but I changed my mind. I will put some other gems on there. All right, there we have Deck the Halls. Okay, what do you think of that one? And again, this one opens up all the way for adding something else on the inside, more of a message. Let's add some bling on there, then we'll bring back both of them and see what you think. Okay, these are the iridescent pastel gems. And iridescent because they will bring out a lot of different colors. Thank you. And even the blue that's on here, I think will bring out a lot of that pretty peacock. So let's see what it looks like. I'm not sure. Let's use little ones here. Go here. And a little one down here. And let's see, that's the wrong one. I like to spatter. What set is the fern from? That's one of the new ones, Rose. And that is from the Christmas Classics. That's where I got the Deck the Halls and the fern. So this one has so many in here. I can't wait to start playing with this one. Again, I just opened this off of the out of my box this morning and started playing with it. Hello, Nicole, welcome. You have off work today. Well, go back and catch the beginning. Good to see you. But I have all kinds of ideas about how to make this with a wreath. And I believe I saw a wreath made with some of these on one of the samples. So let's tap this Wink of Stella with the, oops, a bone folder. I love to add that to my cards. And let's do it on the other one too. Let's get that back out of the envelope so I can show it to you at the end anyway. And there we go. So here's this one. And this is the one that is the plain card base, just basic 5.5 by 4 1/4 here, 5.5, 4 1/4. So there's nothing else here for writing a sentiment. You could make this a full card if you like. So that's that one. And then this one I made into the full card. And then you've got a smaller place to write in here and then more room in here for adding something more. The stamp set, Phyllis, is Christmas Classics. It will be in the new mini catalog that is coming, launching on September 6th. So if you're new to Stampin' Up! And you don't have a demonstrator, reach out to me and I would be glad to send you one of these catalogs. And then the other set that I've been using for a while, also in the new catalog, is So Sincere with these wonderful sentiments. So something tells me that this one's going to be my Christmas card this year. So let's move things out of the way. Take a look at them again. Let me know what you think. That's the hardest part, getting all my stuff out of the way so that it looks decent again. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this wonderful, easy, simple fun fold. I like them both. So I really appreciate you being here. Oh, good. You just ordered that one. Wonderful. And did you get the paper too? I'm just absolutely in love with this paper that I used today, although many other things would go with this. But this is wonderful because it doesn't have to be Christmas. I like this one too. I think I've seen fabric with this, I think. Whatever. Wherever they get the ideas for the cards, I love them. So thank you, Patricia. Welcome. So I should see you next Monday. And I know that's Labor Day, but I'll probably still be at 3:30. And we'll see where we go from there. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, which I've really not mentioned too much during August. There is still a sale on our kits, the kits collection. And that is online where you can see all the kits. And most of them are up to 30% off. So check it out if you're interested. Let me know. And welcome, Lana. So I will see you next week. Have a great rest of the week. Stay cool. It's cool here. So maybe you're where it's really hot in the country. But we kind of had a cool day. Waking up this morning was pretty chilly. So, and I have company from Florida and they are freezing. So, let's get back to my face here. So anyway, that's my story. So, let's see, Phyllis, you are in Maryland, right? Okay. And Lana, you are in Texas, right? Okay. I love having people join me from all over, wherever you are. Welcome. So have a great week. See you soon. Thank you, and bye-bye.